Greetings, keepers of the codes of the lost cities of Shangri-La, the land of the immortals. It was a beautiful day on Pachamama. Beautiful blue skies, the crystalline codes emanating out from the sun, the great projector in the sky. We are in a time of refining these higher etheric energies, these ethereal codes. Our DNA, our cells are being recalibrated for this great ascension. This morning, just after sunrise, there is this purity in the air, this clarity. It was like a crispness. You could feel it vibrating on the skin, especially if you were out in nature, which at the end of this transmissions, I'll tell you a couple stories about my connection today with the swan again, and the wing nation, the sandhill crane, and our brothers and sisters of the waters, the bullfrogs, as they sung out in their symphonies today, kind of like the bull roarer. Today on the earth, the Schumann resonated again at 17 hertz, which there was a connection of the 17, obviously, with this Q energy, Quell, which is source code, and it's coming through in many ways. We have the Lost Gospels of Q. There was a show on as I walked into my mother's house where they talked about 15 hertz Schumann resonance and some activation at the peak full moon at the Pyramid of Giza when it still had its capstone. So there's a lot of symbolism with the capstone connected with the crown chakra and the removal. This is also connected with the pineal gland and the pituitary and the decalcification of the sacred glands as we activate the crystal palace. And in this show, there was a connection with the spear of immortality in Shangri-La, which this has been coming through with this Avalon energies. So we have Shangri-La, which is symbolizing paradise on earth, which is connected with the new earth energies, and Avalon, and the land, the pure land of the immortals. So many synchronicities with these. Also, we had over 150 magnitude 1.5 or greater earthquakes in the last 24 hours. Again, all through the Ring of Fire. In India today, in the far east of India, 5.1, which is close to China. We also had multiple earthquakes again in the west. In California, 3.3, 33, Chile, South America, in the Andes Mountains, 4.1, and then just opposite of that, in Argentina, on the eastern side of the Andes, a 4.5, and right in the heart of Lemuria, Pahala, Hawaii, 3.0, and about an hour ago, at 10:55 p.m. Eastern Time, a 4.4 in Chile in the Andes with the 44 energy at 71 kilometers, so that the 71 is a mirror of the 17, which was on the Schumann, and this was in a sacred portal in around the solar plexus of the Kundalini of Gaia, Pachamama, in the Andes Mountains. We had a 5.0 in New Zealand, which is also connected with the Lemurian energy, and a 5.0 in the Mariana Islands, which is also in the Ring of Fire by Guam. Puerto Rico had a 3.1 and a 3.0. Japan 4.6. Greece again today had a 4.1, which was just off the island of Crete, and connected to that portal, the Gulf of Aden, which was a 4.3, and that's just north of Somalia and Ethiopia, and just south of, in the Middle East, Yemen and Saudi Arabia, which is another powerful portal in between the Arabian Sea and the Red Sea, which is connected to the Mediterranean Sea, where the 4.1, so in the Aden, we had 4.3, all stargates being activated, all portals fully open now. We are in the acceleration of this ascension portal. Today's first transmission from Divine Sister Octavia Vasile, Pleiadian transmission, planet Erra, Taygeta star system. We are here to support your journey and to share our experience. We tell you stories of love and light for you to shape your reality the way your hearts wish to. Today we start by reminding you how much we love you, how great you are exactly the way you are right now. Please remember that we do not attempt to change you, but to offer you our guidance so you can lighten up your path. We see you deep inside. We love you and we know that you are already perfect. Our intention is to make you see how perfect you are, to find your divine nature, and to bring your gifts into the world. Our world is not all perfect, and we know and accept it, and we know that perfection is embracing our imperfections. Because we love ourselves, we love each other by projecting our own emotions and intentions. There is no other outside yourself, but there are thousands of other you. See all this and you will deeply know and understand yourself. Dear human, we love you as you are because we know what you truly are. Sometimes you prefer to take long journeys so you may return to the same point where you have left, but with a new feeling, and that you have actually did something. This feeling comes because you were conditioned to believe that there is something to do, somewhere to get, something to transform. There is nothing to fix, nothing to heal, nothing to replace, nothing to transform. See the truth in our words, recognize it, and bring it up on the surface. You have always known that you are perfect the way you are. There is nothing to fix, nothing to heal, nothing to replace, and nothing to transform. There is the eternal love that shaped forms and different emotions. A child knows how to play many roles, but you, the adult one, have forgotten that the child is still living inside yourself. If you resonate with, send love to this child, reconnect with it and ask it to teach you how to remember. We invite you to recognize the roles that you play so you may go back to your most natural state of being, that of being nothing but the change that happens. How can this change be something? How can it have a name, an address, emotions, and thoughts? And if it has, to what change are you referring? To this change happening in this very moment, or to the next change? Are you the thoughts from the early morning, the thoughts that pass one by one on the surface of your mind? What do you call you, and why are you so afraid to let go of this you? Don't you know that by letting go, you actually let in all that was not revealed yet? We are here to remind you that you are not something but everything, and for everything to manifest, it doesn't need a specific shape, but space. You do not die, because there is no you, and it has never been someone to disappear. There is not something to be transformed, but transformation itself that takes place each and every moment. And when you fuse, you don't, but the connection between everything is revealed. It was always there, just now it is not hidden anymore. Sip this one and the taste will never be forgotten. We are right here each and every moment, because the only true moment is now. And the image in today's video from Divine Sister Suzanne Amara. This is for ancestral trauma release. Healing chamber to clear ancestral pain, trauma, and incoherence which forms quantum entanglements. Astral release light technology. This light code is a piece of energetic light technology made in 2019 to help release ancestral trauma, contracts, and any beliefs and attachment patterns. It appeared in a ceremony along with a safety code, which we will share again this week. Both codes have been reworked. This code unfolds on many levels. It invites journey much like sitting around the sacred fire with the ancient human elders, founders, and wisdom custodians out of time and space. If you imagine it or feel it with you, within you, as you stand in a pillar of source light, the pillar is grounded into earth as source reflection in its highest frequency you are aligned with at the time. You then do your own aligned practice of making sacred space. This light technology is consciousness, and it ignites from the ether in front of you to have a conversation. Your heart connects with the base, and you open to have an exchange with your ancestors, maternal and paternal lines. This is a human-based grid, so it works through human lines, For example, releasing inherited shock, inherited lack, inherited fear of authentic expression, or inherited sexual distortion. These distortions often present epigenetically and create life blocks and repeating patterns or repeating behaviors. You offer your patterns from your heart into the fire at the base and connect with love like a fire ceremony. The technology is then a representation of your inner source consciousness and takes the inherited traits as presented, looking for matches in your Akash fields and releasing the charge to neutral. It's a simple representation of a soul technology we all carry as luminescent light bodies. Time is not linear, so ancestors and past becomes the present working space. This code is great to use with shadow work process, and it will appear uniquely for you as your soul creates its ultimately, and this is simply a key or soul catalyst. And today from Sri and Kara, nourishment ignites the soul to awaken, sustain, enliven, and bring you back to your divine nature. There is a vast, abundant flow of love and light that births forward when the alignment with the depth of the energy of respect is understood. From Archangel Zadkiel, Lessons of Light, the expansion and contraction energy of May is literally blossoming this week. This final moment of choice energy is setting the stage for a profound June awareness, and the up level has offered a catapult for those who are saying yes to the divine within and the creation at hand. You are a master, mastering mastery in real time. What does that really feel like, and what does that mean? Naked authenticity is the moment of the moment this week. We invite you to breathe. The breathing in of your divine nature without hesitancy through the lens of the awakened energy of your seventh dimensional witnessing, of the aware fifth dimensional witnesser, without doubt or fear, a divine moment of experience that will assist you with the choice before you. Humanity's co-creative experience is at a peak moment. We have expanded beyond any other co-creative density experience ever. As we all transcend that which was, are you ready to open your mind, expand your vision, ignite your heart, and heal the world? The moment to break free is right now. When we anchor in our authentic beingness, miracle manifestation anchors as our everyday experience. You are ready. From ShriandKara.com. And from Ragida Shaman, today represents the midway point of the 7-day bridge, 25/5/2020, 555-22-555, portal of a very potent time in cosmic evolution on our planet. The 22/5/2020 was the opening of the 7-day gateway and will infiltrate deeply into our collective psyche until the 29/5/2020. The effects will continue for 7 months, 22/12/2020 solstice. These light photons, striations, codons, and light emissions are directly from the Pleiades, Andromeda, the light shrapnel disbursement of the Atlas Comet, Gemini New Moon, and Venus retrograde from May 13th through June 25th. Wow, we are collectively walking through the greatest light photon frequencies ever to hit our planet. This is ushering new codes of empowerment, new levels of light striated rays, DNA activations of our multidimensional mastery, and a very bittersweet shift in our emotional matrices. This has caused a breaking up of old archaic ways, modalities, relations, and all forms of personal struggles, infrastructures, and institutions, both on the macro and micro level, giving way to disperse, dismantle, and decimate old and dark energies within and without. The Gemini new moon strongly ushered in the power of extreme heart awakening, deep forgiveness, ancient remembrance of our true inner power, relationship truths, soulmate karma, self-love, and soul light expansion. Venus, the goddess of love, is playing a pivotal role in the hearts of humanity. We are at the precipice of the deep feminine awakening to her sexual potency, her radiant beauty, her sweet scent of love, her creative juices, her enigma as the high priestess of sacred mysteries, to finally heal deep emotional wounds. This is the greatest opening into the sacred heart and the lover's heart to permeate, clear, cleanse, purify, and heal the deepest wounds in relation to love of all forms in our individual and collective consciousness. This is being harnessed delicately with the power of the 7 sisters of the Pleiades, the star of Venus and the goddess of the skies, the Aquarian star keeper. As our beautiful Mother Earth rests and resets, so has the collective feminine essence. The power that will be unleashed will be strong and light and soft and tender in love. Embrace the sacredness within you. And today from the Archangelic calendar, Gaia is still firmly set in the element of spirit, with no plans of changing. This is the last day of Gaia's 6th season. Archangel Michael, Goddess Kali, fire season. As we go into the 7th season, Archangel Ariel, Goddess Hathor, fire spirit season. You can expect weather changes, energy changes, and temperament changes when the new season starts tomorrow. Archangel Ariel's season sees more abundance and lightheartedness as compared to the season prior, even though it still has a good amount of transmutation attached to it. We are feeling energy swaying back and forth throughout time. You will feel like you did 20 years ago, and then suddenly you will feel in 30 years thereafter. This is very unusual, even for the most experienced among us. You can imagine how difficult this would be for the unaware. In an effort for a solution, we must disclose the mythical world in which we live in. To those who are truly looking for answers, friendship and mentorship cannot be overlooked in times like these, and your pupils will make themselves known to you if you are open to the experience. Many of our visions, intuition, and knowing comes from our future selves. These extra-dimensional aspects of ourselves are influential in more ways than one can imagine. There is a level of consciousness where you are required to go back and assist yourself. Many of us are in this exact situation at the moment. Due to time limitations, you can read the tools and assignments of the day in the link in the description below. And today from the Nyingma Masters of Tibetan Buddhism, from Sarah Kandro. In my isolated mountain retreat of limitless appearances, remaining in the practice where the world and beyond arise as ornaments, I sustained the fundamental nature, free from fixating on hope and fear, gazing upon my own true face, innate luminosity. I possessed the instructions on self-liberation of appearances. In my isolated mountain retreat of self-luminous detachment, resting in the practice of luminosity without clinging, I sustained the fundamental nature of self-emergent simplicity, gazing upon my own true face, carefree openness. I have the teachings on self-liberation of destructive emotions, and through enlightenment and liberation, we free ourselves from all negative emotions and internal conflicts. From the Zolkin Times, Kin 57, read Overtone Earth. Overtone is the name for the number 5, and its keywords are empower, radiance, and command. The 5th day is like a shift into higher gear, and since we are in the wave spell of the Red Skywalker, that means that our adventures are getting very interesting. If you have been getting out of your comfort zone by now, you should be feeling very empowered. Today is Red Earth, which represents evolution, synchronicity, and navigation. If we are facing the right direction, we can evolve as synchronicity increases. If you are heading in the wrong direction, nothing will come together easily, and you may hit brick walls. Consider how you are navigating today and redirect yourself if necessary. This will be a useful process that will help you evolve. And from Christina Papagiorgio, Red Overtone Earth, Kin 57, 25 May 2020, Empowering Evolution. 25/5/2020 equals 7/5/22 equals 754 equals 16 equals 7. 25 Spiritual Wisdom, Learning from the Past. 7 Magic, Mysticism, Solitude. 5 Liberation, Change, Transformation. 4 Form, Structure, Foundation. Kin 57 equals 12 equal 3 Holy Trinity, Joy, Creativity. Today is another very special and significant day, as Kin 57, Red Overtone Earth, is one of the 13 clear prophecy signs discovered on the tomb lid of Mayan King Pakal Votan. A magically radiant day, the overtone radiance grounding in Mother Earth, heaven and earth, as above so below. Day 5 in the Red Skywalker wave spell of awakening, exploration, and new adventures. Today we are expanding through the synchronicities and natural cycles of our planet. Tone of creation, overtone, tone 5 in the spiritual realm, action commands, power empowers, essence, radiance. Number 5 represents the center, core purpose, foundation, and central intent. It is the center of the wheel from which all the spokes emanate. This is the phase where the energy of creation returns to the center and then radiates outwards. Overtones command the unbounded. They order it to be, and so it becomes. Their power radiates from their soul essence through a pure connection to Source. This is the true source of unlimited power. The 5th day of the Red Skywalker wave spell is the one that empowers. When we give ourselves permission to leave the past behind and aim higher, we can grow and expand to transform our lives. Which aspects of your life or outlook would you like to transform in order to feel empowered? We look back into the cycles of the past to understand the present, and we see where we are headed. We connect to our ancestors and the indigenous peoples who understood the cycles and the whispers of Pachamama. We honor them for protecting our planet with their lives, often losing their land, culture, and communities in the process of warning us of the dangerous path we were trekking. We seek to command better for our species and our offspring, learning from the past and demanding that we be heard and acknowledged. The indigenous tribes foretold the prophecies and hold the keys and codes for our ascension. Today we remember them and give gratitude to those that came before us as the guardians of Pachamama, so that we have a planet to inherit. Now we are the guardians and must treasure Gaia for the future generations, following in our peace-filled footsteps through these evolutionary cycles. Let us unite together on this divinely gifted day and honor Pachamama, our beloved Earth Mother, with blessings, love, and gratitude from the core of our being, and then radiate this out through our illuminated presence. Today's question is, how can I learn from the past in order to empower myself, others, and my world so that we can all radiate as sovereign solar beings? Thus we have a very beautiful and powerful ancient code activated today, linking the past, present, and future into this now wondrous moment of divine magic. Blessed be we are free. Go forth and radiate your solar power. In Lakeka Lakin, Christina White Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66, Kin 57, Red Overtone Earth. The mantra, the code for today is, I empower in order to evolve. Commanding synchronicity, I seal the matrix of navigation with the overtone tone of radiance. I am guided by the power of life force. So Radiant One, leave a comment below this video of what you're experiencing, what you're seeing, what you're feeling, your visions, your dreams, your synchronicities. Let us know what you are a witness of here today. 117 coming through, 711, 711, and the 117, along with the 37 and the 73. Heaven on earth. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below. and the little bell next to subscribe to get notifications on future updates, uploads. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcription of today's transmission, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. And if this work, these messages resonate with you and you'd like to support myself and my team and Prime Disclosure, we have a Patreon page where you can pledge for monthly support at patreon.com/Prime Disclosure. I'd like to thank all the patrons, and I'd like to thank and welcome Lars for your pledge and support. I appreciate you all, and I'd like to thank everyone for your support and our CBD business. We're also using this to raise funds for the Healing Retreat Sustainable Community in Ecuador. You can join us at cbdpeaceoil.com and learn more about this mission on primedisclosure.com. Click Tao de Ecuador Healing Retreat at the top of the page. So now for a couple other updates and stories here. One of the energies coming through today that connected with Pachamama and Gaia, that thinning of the veils. People are seeing an experience in the 3D physical realm. The magnetic field of the earth is opening up, or maybe like cracks in the field. This is part of the veil. We see this as like the chrysalis or the cocoon, the consciousness that humanity is within through this transformation. And this type of cocoon or eggshell is thinning and cracking, that the breakthrough many people are seeing as this compression breakthrough is like the birth of the butterfly or the hummingbird, the angel spreading its wings, the eagle flying with the condor. And these are, you can see as etheric, like the ether or ethers, the ethereal, the eternal, the enchantment. These are all connected with the mantra codes. And then also coming through the language of the birds, we have the wing nation and the wing makers, which is connected to the higher dimensional aspect of ourselves on the ships, the motherships. And you can also see Mother Earth as a starship, as a mothership. There is a great book written by the great mind of Buckminster Fuller. It was called something like Starship Earth, written many years ago. I read that over 20 years ago or more, which it talks about Earth is like a ship. But the ship is surrounded by many other physical and non-physical light ships from many of our star families, the star nations. And yes, there is a higher aspect of ourself, a higher dimensional energy that is on this ship already. We can say energy, consciousness, state of being. So with this energy of paradise, Shambhala or Shangri-La, these are synchronistic, which is the sacred land representing the Kunlun Mountains and in the Himalayas, what we say the Himalayas, but the Himalayas, Himalaya is how in Hindi many pronounce this. And that Ya energy, Ya is like grandmother in Greek, and our Grecian brothers and sisters. And Yahweh, Yod He Vad He, Yahweh, the name of God in the Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew. We have Pachya, this is a Pachya, so we see the new Jerusalem, the new Yarusalem. It's the mother ship, Salem, just like Salem or Salem, Massachusetts, which they took that sacred portal and converted it with. You all know the story of what happened there. We're not going to get into that right now. So with this energy of the keeper, the codes, and the name of source or the name of God opens the hidden chamber within, the God within us all, or the kingdom of heaven within. And this is all part of the vision quest or the sacred journey within that we are all traveling on here now for this great awakening. Seek ye the kingdom of heaven within, the still point, the 0 point, the peace, the bliss, the joy, the eternal bliss consciousness. And today, as I went on my vision quest, my journey, connecting with the sacred portal again, with the 7 swan connected to the 7 sisters of the Pleiades, the white trumpeters connected with the angels' trumpet sounding, ushering in the new earth, also connected with the rapture energy. And yesterday I spoke of the great migration, which many are seeing as the collective consciousness being taken onto, or woken, we could say waking up into our home on a higher dimensional mothership as the earth, Pachamama, goes through her great transformation, transmutation. And although, yes, we are already that 5D self, 7D self, all the way to source, many are still in the separate state, or in the state of illusion, or the state of doubt, fear, worry. And this is why we use the code of faith and the freedom codes. These are mantras also connected that I've been transmitting over the last couple weeks since the 5-5 portal, 144 coming through. And a powerful activation mantra, the Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. You could do that 108 times to help open up the crown, activate the crystal palace at the center of the brain, where the sacred chamber resonates with the pineal and the pituitary glands, which open up the eyes of the spirit, the sky eye, to witness and experience the clear light of eternal bliss, the eternal life, the eternal light that is beyond all emanations, beyond all visions, all dimensions, all timelines, all the way to source, the Buddha mind, God consciousness, cosmic consciousness. Whatever name you want to give it, it doesn't matter. We allow the resonance of the name that we choose, of our highest self, our true nature, and even let go of the name, and ultimately let go of the feeling, the thoughts, let it all go, and through the still point, traveling through the void with our consciousness, the total emptiness, the total stillness, into the great mystery, to realize that which we already are, the unborn mind of Buddha, the unknowable, unchangeable, infinite, bright virtue of our eternal self. And today, journeying to this sacred portal on Mother Earth, I was greeted by an orchestra of bullfrogs, and I witnessed some of the biggest bullfrogs I've ever seen in my life. And they transmitted that sacred, deep bull roar frequency, like that's the closest I can come. It was much more powerful. You have hundreds of these amazing creatures resonating their throats and bodies, shaking the waters, resonating through the field, connecting with each other, with their whole species, with their whole consciousness, resonating this deep tone of pure bliss through the field. And then I connected with the 7 swans. 7 swans are swimming, these beautiful white, the 2 adults, the mother and father of these graceful, elegant birds, brought the children to us. The 5, there were 7, the 2 adults and 5 children. Synchronistic with my La Familia. There were 5 of us, and then 2 crazy parents to raise 5 crazy children. But hey, it was all in the name of fun. And as I connected with these winged angels, the winged nation, I was greeted by the most friendly sandhill crane in the world. Many people call him Kevin. I call him Angel of the Light. And this precious creature, as I was laying on the ground, you could get so close to this creature. I tell people, here's a sign of the new earth. This is a total wild bird. Normally you can't get within 50 or 100 feet of these beings. But this one will walk right up and peck on my camera lens, which I got some footage of that. Hopefully I can release in the next week or so. But as I was laying on the ground to get a lower angle, he came right up next to me and plopped himself down and took a nap. People were coming up and laughing as they were walking through this preserve. And multiple people said, is she laying on an egg? And I had to explain that no, she's just taking a little nap. I call all animals she. I believe it was a male, but you really can't tell. There's no distinction between any distinct features between the male and female sandhill cranes. They both have these amazing, beautiful red crowns and like a golden orange eye. They truly are one of the great mothers, magnificent creatures. And their call is, you will get a deep activation. If you look up sandhill crane calling, it's very powerful. Just like the trumpeter swan. I have video footage and audio of them singing out to the three that flew overhead. The Trinity. Everything is synchronicity now. Open the heart, open the eyes of spirit, and open the crown. All doorways, all eyes are open now. The great awakening is opening the eyes of spirit, waking up from the illusion, from the dream, into heaven on earth, or heaven on the most holy Mother. Have a beautiful and blessed day, sacred beings of light. I love you all.